We just rented a camper van for 3 weeks in New Zealand and gathered a lot of tips and tricks that you should know before you rent yours.
Yeah.
You have to get your driving license in English before you get to New Zealand. If you don't have it in English, you won't be able to get your car. I forgot to do that, so I had to buy it here and get it translated, which was more expensive and took way more time. So just get it done. Next one is choosing a camper van. There are heaps of companies you can rent from, but the camper vans are kind of similar, I would say. They go from being really small, easy ones to way more complicated.
So it depends on your lifestyle, what you want to do, how many people you are.
The one we have is more on the luxury side, I would say, because it has a water system, toilet, fits 4 people. It's more heavy. We use more fuel. So that's something you need to put into your budget, but choose one that you would like because you are going to live in it.
Yeah, it will basically be your home.
In your camper van, you will be able to charge your phone. However, you won't be able to use the outlets unless you're plugged into the power site. We didn't know that. So when we first plugged in our phones, it didn't work. We're like, oh snap, what do we do?
So be smart. You have to prepare that you may only have a USB port to charge your devices. And if you don't want to go to a powered site every so often, you should bring some really good power banks as well.
Power banks, a must.
Yeah.
No matter where you travel, plan, but also no plan. Have around 70% of your trip already planned, and then the 30% would be just whatever you feel like doing, be a bit spontaneous. That's also the cool thing about having a car, is that you can just stop wherever you want to. You have so much flexibility, and you should really take advantage of that. If you don't do that, you could have just taken the bus. This kind of leads us to the next one on the list, and that is driving distances. So New Zealand is a very long country, which means you will do a lot of driving. You have to put in driving days, just dedicated days for driving. Because you will have between 4 till 6 hours from one spot to another, and you will use longer. First of all, you're driving a huge car. Second of all, it's new roads. You can't drive the speed limit usually. And third, you're gonna stop places, like we talked about, being spontaneous. So keep that in mind. It will be a bit tiring. Another thing we messed up, and I don't want you guys to do the same, we booked our car on the same day we arrived to New Zealand, thinking, hey, sweet, get off the plane, jump in the car, and get going. No. New Zealand doesn't work like that. It has something called weather. Chris' plane got stuck in Christchurch when he was supposed to be in Queenstown, and then 4 hours later you came. Too late to pick up the car. We had to get a hostel for the night and then get back to the airport and pick up the car again. Stressful, yeah, but also we should have planned a bit better and thinking, hey, the day will land, let's have a chill night, get to know the place, then pick up the car the next day and be fully ready.
So learn from our mistakes, have a dedicated just arrival day.
We thought it would be more convenient to just drive when it's dark. Driving is driving, right? Not when it comes to New Zealand. We should have known. We didn't. We learned. It's so beautiful to drive during the day as well.
Yeah.
Especially going through Arthur's Pass and a few other places to see the scenery. Please do driving during the daytime as well. But also there are a few distances where you just don't really need to see much. Which side of the road did you drive on, Chris?
Left side.
Yes. Is that normal?
For me, no. For you, no.
It might be a bit scary. For me, it was. I was kind of terrified because, first of all, I'm driving a 6-meter long car, 3 meters tall, and then on the wrong side of the road. Came here, tried it. It's not that hard.
No.
The traffic in New Zealand is quite chill. The roads are amazing, and they pretty much just go straight through the country. There's really nothing much to be worried about. Keep in mind, though, you will definitely not be driving the speed limit.
Almost all roads here are 100 kilometers an hour. And people from New Zealand, they are used to driving so fast, so you will get some cars really close up behind you. So just be respectful and let them pass.
When it comes to SIM card, I always tell you guys, never buy it at the airport, which Chris did.
Yeah, I did. Straight out of the gate.
This is probably the first time I say that was a good choice. Buying it in New Zealand from the airport was both cheaper and faster than buying it in a small town.
In a small town, they needed my passport. They took forever. And it was more expensive. So we had a good experience buying the SIM card at the airport.
While I was editing, I just wanted to add in an extra tip, and that is when it comes to camping in general. We thought we would find places to park for free, super easy, and we thought we would need to pay for the electricity, power, showers, and so on. We were so wrong. And I think we're not the only ones. So New Zealand is getting way more stricter with freedom camping because people just can't respect their nature. It's very convenient to have a self-contained car because that means you can use pretty much all the free camping sites, meaning that you have a water tank and that you have a toilet system. But you also need to check into campsites to have power for your car, to charge it up. And if you don't charge it up, the power won't work, you won't have any light, the fridge won't work, hence why you have to be a bit smart with your planning on where to stay as well. Another tip, finding places to sleep. You really should download a few apps. We did so. I think we have 3 main apps that we use, and our favorite one is CamperMate.
No,
Isn't it?
CamperMate.
CamperMate.
Yeah, it's a really good app and it's the most accurate so far. It has many cool places where you can park up your car, both paid ones. Vad? Okay, so the next point I will do alone because Sunny needed to go. We are 2023, apps are still a huge part of our daily life, and we downloaded some few apps that really helped us during our road trip. You will find cool places where you can park your car, both free and both paid. It also contains a lot of different information such as where you can empty your tank, gas stations, and cool things to see as well. Okay, so with Sunny back again, we are to the final tip.
And that is pack and save.
Yes.
This is where you should get all your groceries from because it is freaking cheap.
They have everything you need for your road trip. It's really convenient. And a great tip to finish it all off, ask for a receipt. And to finish it, okay. And to finish it off, when you are at the pack and save, please ask for
For what, Chris?
receipt. Again, I'm left alone to do your final tip, and that is when you're done shopping at Pak'n Save, please ask for a receipt because Pak'n Save also has something called Pak'n Fuel. It's a gas station just outside Pak'n Save. When you get a receipt, you will get 10 cents of every liter. Who doesn't like saving a few bucks on gas? That's everything for now. Sunny will see you next Sunday here on this channel.
Yes, nailed it.
Jag tror det.